meantime, we also watched something that's on par because it's Halloween's coming up. We decided to watch something that was scary.
Spooky.
We watched Perfect Blue, which 1997 came out. Who directed it?
Satoshi Kon.
Satoshi Kon.
Kon, I think.
Kon.
Yeah.
I don't want to call him Kon.
Oh no! Just isolate that one.
Canceled.
Isolate me just saying that one.
Just get rid of it. Get rid of Satoshi. Just put the.
Yeah.
I'm just like making the same face as the cursed womb.
That'll be the thumbnail. It's just me.
Your soul leaving your body. Fucking great movie. One of the best movies I've ever seen.
Oh wow!
Definitely would say that.
Interesting.
Yeah. Because the more I thought about it, the more I'm like, this movie is so relevant.
It's kind of had a resurgence.
Yeah.
Especially this last year. I don't know. People have found it for whatever reason.
Yeah.
And it's this movie that came 97.
97.
And it means so much more to the average person nowadays.
I think so too.
Than I think it did then.
I think, you think he saw what the future was going to be? Do you think he's like, I feel like there's going to be more of this.
Yeah.
But to a lesser degree, obviously. Mm-hmm. I think we should, just to kind of catch the people who are listening.
Yeah, we'll do like a little setup.
So in the movie, it's based off a pop star named Mima, who wants to be a pop star, but it's not going great. Her management convinces her to start being an actress, so she leaves her band Chime.
Yeah, something like that.
Chime
or something like that.
Chom. I think it's Chom.
Yeah.
And she's struggling with that decision of, did I make the right choice? Being an actress, she starts taking these riskier roles and taking riskier choices in her career. And some people don't like that. Some of her old fans are pretty pissed off. One specifically. And I'm going to stop explaining it right there because you should see the movie. It's something I highly recommend.
Yeah.
Has one of the most iconic shots, I think, in anime. Like I've heard this shot referenced before, where this guy who is stalking her was doing security at her last concert, and he's like looking at her from a low angle, but he's putting his hand up so he can like put her essentially in his hand. And I'm just like, how is this not a meme?
Yeah.
How is that not a meme of people?
How is that a huge meme?
Yeah, people like doing that with like things in their hands. Like I just imagine somebody doing that, but like a Taco Bell.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Just like, just in my head.
You'll always be perfect to me, Taco Bell.
Yeah. I just was like, this is such a memeable moment. But it was like, there's just so many beautiful shots in this movie. But the specific theme of how you appear to the outside world versus how you appear to yourself, I think is very well explored in this movie.
Yeah, I think this does a really great job of doing that. Well, there's one line in it because there's basically Mima, because of her experience with the stalker, kind of has like a break in reality.
Yes.
Because she doesn't know it's real anymore.
Yes, and while this is happening, she's filming a movie or a TV show. And while she's filming it, they do a good job of blending her filming the TV show and her real life. So it kind of makes you question what's real as well as the viewer.
Yeah. So there's one line where they're interviewing her character, but she's like getting it mixed up. Yeah. And so like the detective in the TV show she's on is being like, "Oh, you chose to be a model." It's like, what's that like? And it's like, well, it's hard, but I chose to do it.
Yeah.
And that's like the biggest. And that's like her real life, where these are all decisions where she has to shoot some risque scenes. She has to do like a nude photo shoot. And these are all things that she like feels uncomfortable with and they're hard and she doesn't like necessarily want to do them. Yeah. But it's like she's like choosing to do it. And her fans are the ones who can't accept it. Yeah.
Well, I think her hardcore fans are.
Yeah.
Because I feel like the rest of the general public was kind of intrigued by this pop star turned into a risky actress. Yeah. Because I mean, some of them were just dudes like I want to see what her titties look like. Yeah. And then other guys were just kind of like, I mean, so something I think we should set up is that like her business or one of her managers lets her see this website that's dedicated to her, and somebody's basically pretending to be her online. They're like pretending to like have an online diary, and they know every single intimate detail about her life, and even to the fact that they think that she doesn't like being an actress. And it's true. She's has regrets about the decisions she's made in her career. She's kind of freaking out. She doesn't know if what she's doing is right, even though there are hints that people like this new version of her. It's kind of cloudy. You don't really know.
Yeah,
I guess.
Because obviously the stalking stuff is super important, is irrelevant stuff. I think a thing that it does really well is it nails the hardcore fans, but like the people who aren't gonna like kill her. But just the normal like incel type guys who are like, the general public likes her new movie, but like the general public's stupid. Of course they would like that stuff because her new image doesn't line up with the image they had of her. So now they can't accept it. So they go, well, if people like it, it's because they're stupid. Well, it's something that is interesting as far as like have you ever had this feeling of when a band or an artist you really, really liked when they first came out, they do like kind of change or go like the more broad route, and you're like, it's not as good anymore. There are moments where I'm like, is it not as good, or is it just like I'm mad that they're not mine anymore, quote unquote? It's interesting.
Like there's these moments where I'm just like, man, this band was like the shit, and now they're like commercialized, or they're like on a Toyota commercial, and they're like, ugh, what the fuck, man? This, you were so cool. Like I love Travis Scott, but I hate that McDonald's commercial. And I've been a Travis fan probably since early 2012.
I remember you and our bud were on a road trip to do a comedy show in Santa Barbara.
And we were both like, it was like 2014. We were both like that. Just like really gushing over Travis Scott.
And I'm I'm just, I don't know anything about it. And I'm just like, what? Who's that?
I mean, now he's the spokesman for McDonald's, and I'm just like, listen, I'm happy he has money, and I love the success, but there is part of me that's like, that's kind of corny. Like, but it's not a bad feeling to have. It's just that like someone said this one time. It's like everyone's like doesn't like someone selling out, but it's like because no one wants to buy your shit. And I'm like, I think it was maybe Mark Maron who said that.
Oh, that's interesting.
Podcast legend, Mark Maron. Podcast. So like it is this thing that like the relationship between an entertainer and their fans, and like what does an entertainer owe their fans, and what do fans owe their entertainers? It's this weird relationship, and I think it's only gotten worse because of social media.
Absolutely. This is almost like a perfect companion piece with like The Social Dilemma that just came out. Where The Social Dilemma shows you everything that's wrong with like the system. And this movie shows everything that's wrong with the people using it.
That's a great way to. I mean, this stalker guy is completely twisted out of his mind. Like he's going around showing up to all of her spots. And, I don't have that big of a following. You can change that, but But like, there's moments where people will DM me, and they'll be like, at first it'll be like cool, and then they'll get like kind of invasive. They'll be like, so what is your sister like? And I'm like,
That's
how do you know I have a sister? That's weird. That's, you know what I'm saying? Like moments like that. Now you guys know I have a sister. But you know what I mean? It's just like these moments where just like, whoa, all right, that's a little kind of like too deep. Like, why'd you want to know that much about me? All I did was tell you 8 minutes of jokes, and now you think you know me. And
it's really weird and look, I am absolutely nobody, but even someone like me, you do a show, and then you come home and you get like a page-long Instagram message. You're like, what? you're like, shouldn't you be sending this to like Joel McHale or something?
And I get it. Like, you make this connection with people, and I love the connection with people, and I do love honestly talking to people who find what I do cool. But then there are these moments that kind of cross the line, and you're just like, yo, I really like what you feel like I gave you, but at the same time, I'm just a normal dude. Like right now, you're messaging me. I am on the toilet. I'm literally taking the nastiest shit out.
Just know whatever beautiful thing you're trying to tell me, I'm pooping.
I'm pooping. I'm
having diarrhea from Taco Bell.
Yeah. You're like, I'm not trying to like reinvent the wheel or anything. And like, I feel for Mila in those moments where she's just trying to do what she feels is best for her career.
Yeah.
And there's all this scrutiny, and like, it's probably even way worse for women. Like,
that's
not trying to be wokey opie over here. But,
oh God, I'm done with this podcast.
But I could just even like all these dudes want to see your boobs, and like, they think they fucking know you, and like, the moments when she's by herself and just like is trying to relax and is just trying to like chill out, I really like feel for her. I'm like, oh yeah. It's very relatable, because it's like there's this picture you put out to the outside world, and then there's this who you actually are. And I get a sense that she, even when she was in Cham or just an actress, she doesn't really get to be herself.
No.
Yeah.
And I think you see that nowadays. It's like you got girls with like OnlyFans, or you got even like the normal like YouTube, like, you know who I always notice it with? There's I don't know if you know anything about ASMR.
I do know a little bit about ASMR.
Yeah, so it's I like it. I like people whispering.
Damien always feels like Damien just wants to feel like someone's always telling him a secret.
Yeah. I'm not in on a lot, so I just need to feel like I'm included.
Okay.
But anytime these girls, and people fall in love with these girls.
Yeah.
And it's just like, what? I get it. It's the internet. It happens, whatever. But it is funny anytime they go like, and this is my boyfriend. It's like subscribers like drop, subscribers disappear. All the comments are like, well, it's been fun, boys. I'm like, what are you guys sinking the Titanic? Like, why are you talking about?
It's like you weren't gonna marry her, bro.
Yeah, you thought you were gonna fuck this girl who's like tapping on a cigarette box or something.
Yeah, it's like let's just. I get it, it, but it's also like, can't you just enjoy the ASMR? And this is true. Like, I mean, I've yet to have a stalker or anything like that. So, but it's probably mostly dudes doing it to women, obviously, which is why it felt so real. It was actually kind of real, because like apparently while they were making this movie, this actually happened to Bjork.
Oh yeah,
yeah. This actually happened to Bjork, like before the movie came out, as they were developing it, because this I think was already a manga, and they were developing it into a movie. Bjork got someone tried to kill Bjork, which kind of funny. Kind of funny.
Just a nice Landic singer.
I mean, it's been like 23 years.
Yeah, it's kind of funny. Here's the thing: if you survive, it's funny.
It's kind of funny.
It's funny.
Yeah, it's kind of funny.
I think even she is like, oh man, that was weird.
That was fucking wild.
That was a wild time.
You can like see the videos of the guy who wanted to kill Bjork, and I'm like, bro, Bjork makes a lot of good music. Don't want to kill her.
No, not at all.
Is there any artist that you feel like you could become obsessed enough to want to kill?
Ooh.
We'll say it off mic.
Yeah.
I don't think
there's a hard cut. Like, right?
Anyway, thank you for watching. I don't even know, bro. Like, it's just like the fact that somebody would get so deep, because I think he found out Bjork's real love life was like, and he was like, this is unacceptable.
Yeah.
You've ruined the image I've had from you. And I understand if that like is something, I guess for some people this is real. Entertainment is not entertainment. It's like actually real.
Yeah, and I think every genre of like video or YouTube or something, nowadays you can literally just be like, it's a blank simulator.
Yeah.
So it's like, these podcasts, they said this on Trash Taste recently, so I'm stealing this, but it's like, but like a podcast, or like if it's like a dude you like and you're a guy, you're like a straight guy, it's like a friendship simulator, or something. But if it's like some girl who's talking about something you like, and you think she's kind of cute, and like she's like always smiling and being like, thanks for being here, they're like, this is kind of my girlfriend.
Well, what I do is I imagine that because the straight to camera that I'm seeing, I'm always like, but what does the widened version look like? And I always just imagine trash. Like, it's just like there's like a mattress on the floor, there's no bed, there's no like bed frame and stuff. That's how I just like imagine these people, because I know like in the entertainment industry, it's all a house of cards.
Yeah.
I mean, and maybe it's because we work in it, but it's like, you just kind of know what like normal people, and like you kind of get to see some of these people, and you're like, yeah, you're just a normal ass person who just is really good at specific things, and you should be celebrated for that.
Yeah.
But you should also be allowed to be a fucking human being and just like chill the fuck out.
Yeah.
And not have all these expectations on you. And I think for some people, they kind of can't see past that. And maybe it's because their lives suck. I don't know. But
I don't know. If I'm being like, if I'm being like 100%, I feel like I kind of like dodged the incel arrow at like at some point. Like I think, I lost my virginity pretty late.
I mean, we're an anime podcast here.
Yeah. So samesies.
I think that's pretty on brand.
I think they knew that.
Yeah.
I think they knew that.
Yeah, they're like, anime, he don't know how to eat pussy.
I keep doing it in Japanese.
Yeah, you can find a Dragon Ball, but you can't find a clip for shit, boy.
I thought Bulma had like a locator for this thing. Where is it? I can't find it.
It's always north. It's always north. Fist of the North Star. Hint, you get it.
But I think there was like definitely a time where I could have been like, I think I was a person who definitely always had preconceived notions of people. And then, I mean, this is maybe corny, but I think like I started doing stand up and it kind of like saved me in the regard of like I spent so much time with so many new people and different kinds of people. It's impossible to do that.
Yeah.
Because the moment you're like, that girl's cute, then, she like, I don't know, you bomb in front of them or something. You're like, okay, maybe she doesn't get me. I was like, I don't think that's,
You still blame the audience?
I always blame the audience. Always.
I mean, that's why I don't invite girls to shows, because I like to be vulnerable when I'm on stage, or specifically when I'm like trying out new shit. But I think it is a thing where I kind of, this stalker, I think, is a good representation of a lot of people out there, and also just society as a whole who can get obsessed about specific people. I mean, we see like huge megastars having like armies, having like people who ride or die for these people, who change their avatar to them. Because and I don't think that's necessarily a negative thing. But I also think like hero worship is dangerous in that regard, because these people at the end of the day are people. They have flaws, and you're putting them in your hand to like expect them to do certain things, and they're gonna always fail you. People will always fail you, unless you go to Jesus Christ, who is the one,
the King of Kings.
So funny. If this was the reason I just went to try to get people to believe in God. You gotta believe in God. Anyway,
you gotta believe in God.